Yep. Yeah. Yep. Gotta fix that shit real quick. All right, it's fixed.
Whatever we do, change is coming. Comedy with the implosion of our Imperium.
And it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself.
And there's nothing we can do to stop it. How we cope
With this change.
Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak
In a world with a new humility and recreate structure within our own communities or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it. Mi wanna no pata, DJ solo. First, go out. If you didn't know, now you know my doubt. What's up? Ah! 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 I'm wondering what you're going with, wondering what to say. I'm sitting here just wondering on what we're doing today, cause I'm wondering about how we getting it out. And if you didn't know, we going when we're rolling it out. So I just take my time and I'm just rolling my vibe. And if you don't know me about me, I'm just rolling my time. So I just take my time every day and stay. And if you know, I'm just getting the plate. Oh, welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet, now with new headphones. Which is nice. We got some new stuff going on. I'm your host, Mr. Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And wow, it's good to see y'all back into the saddle. Good to be here with every single one of y'all, or you, or whoever ya is. All right, anyways, each and every one of you, hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I've been doing all right myself, just taking care of business, finally getting some new things. And, most people are wondering, well, how come you didn't get the new Artists? Because they're super expensive and their mic sucks. But this one's got a mic that I could plug in that's actually pretty good. I might actually, if I ever get lazy and, don't want to use this thing or whatever. When we're on and about, doesn't even matter. But, I like it. It's comfy. It looks like a helicopter headset, so I'm good with it. But me is not why you guys come and watch this show. You guys come for the news. That's right, the NEWS's of the world. So hopefully we've got some of it for you, because it seems like the Discord's been popping off. The Discord is a bit popping off about a lot of things today. And I still even have to look at like half of them. So we're just going to look at them together. And we're also going to look at the big news of the day. Which, obviously, we've been talking about Donald Trump and his inevitable fourth indictment. And guess what? It came through. That's right. Today, we finally learned about the newest of the biggest bad man that ever lived. Mr. Donald Trump. And yes, Mr. Badman Trump. Apparently, he's getting indicted again, guys. A Georgia grand jury that was probing election subversion attempts by Donald Trump has returned an indictment. I know what you're thinking. I know that just seems crazy. It's not like we were expecting this one or not, but yes, the grand jury says that Donald Trump's attempts to overturn his 2020 election loss have ended up in a criminal indictment on Monday, although it is unclear whether the charges involve the former president or not, even though it kind of seems like they do, because why would everybody be making a big hullabaloo about it if it didn't have anything to be doing with Trump? But yes, Fulton County, God, that Fulton County, man, those guys seem to have been popping up in a lot of shit. But yes, Fulton County Court handed an indictment to Judge Robert McBurney, but did not make them public. And the media accounts show images of a cover sheet saying that the grand jury had returned 10 indictments, but did not say who was indictment or what files have been charged. And yeah, I mean, here is the image that everybody has been sharing around, screenshots on their iPhones, whatever would have you. But yes, can see the case information as follows, and it does show, that there are some violations, and it clearly names Trump or whatever as being a part of it. I'll just bigger so y'all can see it. But yes, you can see there's the case number, the filing day, the judicial officer to defend it, which would obviously be Donald J. Trump or Donald John Trump if you didn't know. For whatever reason, they blocked out his birthday, even though that is publicly accessible information on Google. And obviously, he is a male, and he is of the white race. Yes, white power, apparently. He's one of them white power guys. But, ooh, what's this? Charges! Fucking charges, man. That's a lot of charges. Violation of the Georgia RICO Act. Solicitation of violation of oath of office by public officer. Conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer. Conspiracy to commit forging in the first degree. Conspiracy to commit false statements in writing. Conspiracy to commit false documents. Conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree. Conspiracy to commit false statements in writings. Filing false documents. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officials. So false statements in writing. Solicitation of violation by oath by a public officer. And false statements in writings, which if you look, it seems like they're all felony charges, right? Like, looks like every single one of them are all felonies, except for the number one charge would have been the Georgia RICO statute charge, which is apparently a serious felony. So we got a lot of felonies coming forward on Mr. Trump. How nice does that sound? It sounds so nice, doesn't it? I mean, just the RICO Act. Remember when Dave Acton and Jason Goodman and all those fucking cheeseballs were all throwing RICO around? Like, dude, there's gonna get a RICO case up in you. And like, I had to look it up because I'm so dumb. I didn't even know what RICO was. And even then, I was like, I'm not even afraid of that because that's so dumb. You guys are dumb. Well, now they're doing the exact same thing to Donald Trump. Can you see how dumb it actually is? It's very dumb. It's so dumb. It's very dumb. And for whatever reason, my chat thinks over. No. Oh my God. You're dumb, J.R. Riggs. You're dumb. Why you call me dumb? You dumb. No, you. You. Soldier boy, tell him. Anyways. So how's it going, J.R. Riggs? Hey, Daniel McCoy. Congratulations on another granddaughter. That means there's going to be even more of y'all guys running around on the world and shit. That's scary. That's a lot of McCoys. There's a lot of Hatfields and McCoys out there. As you can see, kind of strange, right? Like, how come they didn't put it in this article for our friends over at this area here at Reuters? Oh, I don't know. But you know what? If we just Google it or whatever, say Trump indictment, let's just pull that up and see what your good old Bing be giving us for us. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see what we got here. And oh yes, PBS NewsHour. Good old PBS. I fucking love you, PBS. I used to listen to your shit all the time. But yeah, they actually have a copy of the actual indictment. You can read the full indictment, whatever the fuck. Here we go. bringing it up for you. You're welcome. I know you were really looking for it. Yada, 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 yada. But yeah, this is the other one, right? That was originally filed. So, we got indictment after indictment after indictment after indictment. Isn't that fun, dude? Yeah. Here's the Washington Post saying that they have the full text of the wrong indictment. Dude, I don't want to fucking pay for your shit. Oh, we want to pay for. Can you pay for the Washington Post? No, fuck you. Here we go, though. According to this, apparently I can't even get access to the goddamn. All right. Okay. So I'm still gonna have to go to some paid stuff. Oh wait, let's see if NBC News has a copy of the goddamn indictment out. Yeah, we could actually go pull up. I thought the one for Reuters work, but it's not letting me scroll down. So, what can we really do? Here's the New York Times. Oh, cool. There's the New York Times. Wow. So yeah, it's pretty real. All of those different conspiracies and such seem to be very, very clear. Except for here, this one actually has a lot more individuals listed. We got Donald John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani, John Charles Eastman, Mark Randall Meadows, Kenneth John Cheesebro, sorry, Jeffrey Bossert Clark, Jenna Lynn Ellis, Ray Stalling Smith III, Robert David Cheeley, and Michael A. Roman, and Mr. David James Schaefer. Bad boys. 23 SC 188 947 out of the state of Georgia. We're going to take them down. We're taking Trump down in the state of Georgia. Yeah. That's right. Have the robot read it, and you won't have to subscribe. Yeah, well, no, I'll have to read it because it doesn't let me get past the page even. Wait, there's more fucking people over here? Sean Micah Treasure Still, Stephen Cargod Lee, Harrison Williams, Prescott Floyd, Trevian C. Cuddy, Sydney Catherine Paul, Kathleen Outson Latham, and Scott Gramhall, and Misty Hampton, a.k.a. Emily Misty Hayes. Wow, that is a lot of people. I only really recognized a few names on there. All the rest of the names, not names that I've really even taken any accountants into, not stuff that I've seen before, but hey, cool, dude. Kind of seems like they got a whole lot of different people on here. But then if you look, what is this? The defendant waives a copy of this indictment, list of instances. Oh, I guess it's because it hasn't been filed all the way yet or something like that. But wow. Look at all this. Grand jurors selected, chosen, and sworn for Fulton County to wit: Robert Willis, Ashley Melvin, Julia DeCredo, Earl Arnold, Danielle Brown, Carol Dick, Kathy Gold, Willis Hardy, Brenda Hart, Antoinette Hudson, Eileen Lynn, and Max Mortensen, Gregory Peralta, Jennifer Price, George Pringle, Pavan Polarity, Franine Sarf, Emma St. John, Vladimir Trokov, Cedric Trice, Esther Udo, and Marcus Wilborn. And oh yes, good old Kathleen Chen. Can't forget about good old Kathleen Chen. So what do we have here to say or do or whatever? I mean, it's just the indictment, man. I mean, we've been waiting for this one for a really long time. They're having all kinds of news stories and whatnot. And I mean, at the end of the day, this is just another big step into them trying to stop Donald Trump from basically winning the election, because apparently they think that he's going to win the election. And this is one of the first times that we've actually heard or seen any of the names that seem to be associated with specifically this case out of Georgia. But the same names that are being brought up here seem to have a lot of credence and connection to the other lawsuits that have been made available, or indictments, I should say, that have been made. The last 3 indictments. This is the 4th indictment. So it seems like we're actually thinking that we'll be here, which is pretty fucking crazy. I mean, it doesn't even make a whole lot of sense what the heck is going to be happening, but they are accusing lots of people for making lots of false statements and a whole bunch of other shit. And I mean, it seems like it's going to be really, really difficult for them to prove all of this stuff, but that's not going to stop them from trying, right? No, of course not. Sydney Kathleen Powell. Remember Sydney Powell and all of her election mishaps because she got wrapped up with all of the fucking dumbasses? Like, namely that torpashore Morris Lindemann, the criminal that was telling her all the nonsense, and she just kind of like started writing lawsuits on all of it. Yeah. Well, apparently that person entered into a contract with Sullivan Strickler LLC in Fulton County and delivered a payment to Sullivan Strickler LLC in Fulton County, Georgia, and caused employees of Sullivan Strickler LLC to travel to Fulton County, Georgia, to Coffee County, Georgia, for the purpose of using a computer with knowledge that such use was out of authority with the intention of taking appropriating information data and software property of Dominion Voting Systems Corporation, which overacts to affect the object of the conspiracy. So, if you think what we're actually looking at here, you could really clearly see is that they've been running this one for quite some time, and the Dominion voting system situation, Sidney Powell situation, they haven't forgotten about it. They've just been working hard, fingers to the bone, trying to figure out how they're going to connect all of this into a cohesive unit. And it's one thing to note here is that the stuff that we're actually seeing coming out of Georgia is a wee bit different than the stuff that we're coming out here. Georgia seems to be coming out with the biggest hit with the whole RICO conspiracy charge. As we've seen previously with the other 3 indictments, they've never gone to this length to try and assemble, I don't know, a cadre of supervillains or something of that nature. So it makes me both question and wonder how this one's going to shake out. I mean, this is like 93 pages, 92 pages, whatever the heck. I mean, it just kind of makes it crazy. Makes it crazy. I mean, even when we look at the false statements or alleged false statements that were made, we have them actually listing shit out. Anywhere from 250,000 to 300,000 ballots were dropped mysteriously under the rolls in November 3rd, 2020. In the presidential election in Georgia, that thousands of people attempted to vote November 3rd, 2020 presidential election in Georgia. They were told because they had already had a ballot cast in their name, which is weird because that was actually a real thing. That 4,502 people voted in November 3rd, 2020 presidential election in Georgia who were not on the voter registration list. That 904 people who voted in November 3rd, 2020 presidential election in Georgia who not registered an address was at a post office. That Ruby Freeman was a professional vote scammer and known political operative. The Ruby Freeman and her daughter were responsible for fraudulently awarding at least 18,000 ballots to Joseph R. Biden at State Farm Arena on November 3rd, 2020. Wow. They're really trying to protect this Ruby Freeman character. That was pretty weird, man. You know, like this is all getting into the Fulton County stuff where they were talking about ballots being taken out from under the table and people rerunning things multiple times. So as you can see, they're real salty about that stuff apparently, and now they're actually trying to get Trump in on this indictment, and I just don't see how that this is going to be a possibility for them. It just doesn't even make a lot of sense. It just seems to be a very, very strange way of them going about all of this. Because we've known they've wanted to do this kind of thing, but this is 4 indictments. 4 indictments on a presidential candidate. They think that this is going to make it so that the dude doesn't win, but I don't know. Listening to Spaces, watching how social media has been shaking out, I haven't seen anybody. What was that? Power off. So yeah, I haven't really seen too many people tell me what has been happening with this other than Yeah, it's a multi-part conspiracy with thousands of documents, and they were falsifying business records, and Trump's going down. But I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I feel like this is just going to be the next big thing that's going to push him into an even greater space, because not only did he predict that this shit was going to be happening in the first place, well, look what they're doing now. Look what they're doing now. And to me, that seems to be like the big piece of news for the day, right? Everybody is trying to talk about how this is going to be the future of us. But I mean, as far as it seems right now, they haven't really brought any type of case, and they don't have a case, right? I mean, right now, all we know is that Donald Trump is basically the one that's getting indicted, and there's 18 other people that seem to be connected to that whole situation. And I mean, it's kind of funny to think that guys like William Upton are saying GOP strategists have started to admit they'll lose elections across America if Trump is not the candidate. Right? So like the GOP is in a really weird situation where they have to support Trump, but they don't want to support Trump because they want to go after all the indictments so they could do all of their Illuminati bullshit. But then at the same time, we got all this other shit that's happening. And yeah, I mean, do you see, if Donald Trump is in the nomination, do you see Vivek Ramaswamy being the guy? Because I sure as shit don't. I don't see that guy beating anybody but himself off in the bathroom. So I just feel like we're in a bad place right now, or we're in an allegedly bad place that is going to only be made fraught with weirdness because there's a group of individuals that are really, really trying to make not allowed to do or say or be the people that we want to be. So, you know, it just kind of seems pretty crazy. I mean, other people are reporting out of the Federalist that Georgia's Get Trump Grand Jury foreman accidentally confirms the recommended charges are bunk. What? Recommended charges are bunk? What is this from? February 22nd of 2020. Wow, we already go all the way back to then? Are we going back to that one weirdo looking girl? Yeah, Emily Coors. Emily Coors, right? Do you guys remember that shit? The Fulton County thing? I kind of remember it. I wonder if we actually have that video or whatever. I wonder if we actually have that video. Donald Trump's been saying, though, for a long time, I need one more indictment to ensure my election. Well, Trump, you got your one more indictment. Now, don't disappoint us and lose the election now, or I'm gonna be talking a lot of shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Gonna be talking some shit, bro. We're gonna be talking some shit. We'll be talking some shit. You can't be talking all that shit, not winning the election and shit like that. Like, that don't make any sense to me, dog. That's not the way that this shit works, my friend. It ain't the way. It ain't the way. Ah, yes, but here we go. Let's go back to, what was it? A few months ago, February? Yes, let's go back to February. Remember this? Remember this?
Honestly, personally,
Remember
want to
this
hear
chick?
from the former president. I wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President Trump of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in. I kind of just thought that would be an awesome moment. Personally, want to hear from the former president. I wanted to hear from the former
That's
president.
an awesome moment.
Honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President.
Yeah. Girl, everybody wants 60 seconds with Donald Trump. I only want 5 seconds for a decent handshake. That's it. Just be all like, hey, man, nice to meet you. All right, but by the way, your wife's hot. Bye. What? I like simple things. I like the simple things, my friends. I'm not about the not simple things. So, honestly, where do we go from this? I mean, what does the GOP have right now? They got Vivek Ramaswamy. They got that one fool out of Florida. I mean, how is that one fool out of Florida doing anyway? What the hell is his name? Ron DeSantis, I think it was. Like, a lot of people were in my chat giving me all kinds of oh, Ron DeSantis is the shit, man. Ron DeSantis is gonna do it. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. That's at least what I would be saying. So we'll check up on it now.
We all have our bad moments. Some are far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times. Sorry, I'm trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse. Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes. On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind.
We want Trump. Obviously, that is manipulated. This is manipulated media. That's not Ronald DeSantis. That is just a mashup between Ronald DeSantis and Timothy Gomas's video. And then the other video on the other side, just to point out, that video has been getting shared around a lot too, and it is also a fake video. When they were at the Iowa State Fair, there wasn't anybody chanting, we want Trump, or anything like that. That's just an audio track that somebody put over the top of the video to make it even funnier. So, just in case you didn't know, now you know. But, I figured I would just explain it to you. But yeah, the audio was fake. They just took what Tiffany Gomez was saying and made Ron DeSantis say it, and then the rest of that shit, the we want Trump shit, that's also fake.
We all have our
But
bad
makes
moments.
great memes. We all have our bad moments, you guys. We all have bad moments. So yeah, Ron DeSantis, he's not making it happen for us. But really, what can we do or say? I don't know. What I do know is that there was some weird shit that had happened a couple of days ago. You guys remember this lady? Well, some of you are going to tell me that this lady isn't the lady, but that guy's not fucking real. Remember, that fucking guy is not real? Well, she came out and she made a statement. And it's something.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady.
The Crazy
which is
Plane
completely
Lady.
Warranted.
That's not what people
As
called
you know,
you.
I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time. First and foremost, I want to
Tell me about that
full
fucking fake ass
accountability
dude.
for my actions. They were completely unacceptable.
Wait, what?
Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and that was not the case.
That
My
motherfucker's
use of
not
profanity
real.
was completely unnecessary.
What?
And I want to apologize to everyone on that plane.
What?
especially
Your
those
use
that
of
had children
profanity?
aboard.
Was it what?
Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times.
That sucks.
Sorry, trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse.
Trying not to sound like I like Minnie Mouse.
Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes. On the flip side, it is very invasive and
Very invasive.
unkind.
Unkind. What,
And I
you don't
don't
like
know
it?
what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family.
What, you don't like all them dudes thirst trapping off of them big ol' hooties?
They are loyal to a fault, and I don't know what I did to deserve them. Sorry, y'all. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world, and that is what I intend to do.
Yeah, let's do some good.
I hope that you guys can accept my apology and I can begin to move on with my life.
What? Join me on a journey of promoting positive mental health and standing up against cyberbullying. What? The people were cyberbullying this chick? Well, obviously the leftovers were cyberbullying them because, you know, they want like lizard people and aliens all around and shit like that, which is fine. But yes, marketing director Tiffany Gomez is now having a website, posting stuff up. She's really going to make something out of this whole entire thing, it sounds like. But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't believe it. I don't give two fucks. But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And
that motherfucker back there is not real. You can't call people a motherfucker or whatever? Like, here's another thing that people have been showing. They're trying to say now that this isn't the same chick. They're like, that's not Tiffany Gomez. And I'm like, wait, what? Who actually believes that this is the crazy plane lady? You know? And I don't think that I don't have a theory. I'm pretty sure that it is the crazy plane lady. I'm pretty sure that, you know, nobody would come up and say this, but like, I keep seeing this all over the place. They're like, no way that this is the same person. Like, I don't really have a theory. I mean, why the fuck would this person come out and say that they were Tiffany Gomez if it wasn't? Is it lying for a grift? Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. They look like the same bitch to me. They look like the same girl to me. I don't know. But yes, I have seen a lot of this.
Need to escort me out.
Yeah. You had your own warning.
Here's the other video that many people haven't seen.
Oh yeah, until y'all see that fight blow up.
Okay.
You'll need to escort me out.
Yeah. You had your own warning. So.
Y'all don't need to escort
Oh
me
yeah,
out.
until y'all see that fight blow up.
Okay.
You'll need to escort me out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of seems like. I don't know. It kind of seems like she's the same person, especially when you look at that video right there. Because, like, on the other video, there's, like, some sort of glow filter or some shit on it. I don't know. Like, this is super perfect, high quality, and this is, like, a pixelated fucking thing. So if you told me that you could define facial features and shit out of that stuff, I'd have to be like, the fuck? Like, bro, like, it was like a fucking 480p video taken from like 8 feet away. Like, I had to blow it up just so that you could even try to see what her face looks like. And I don't know. Is it a different chick? Is it the same chick? Did the Illuminati use a fucking body snatcher to put another girl in their place and then, you know, put this out there? Seems like a lot of fucking work to do all that shit. Like, I'm an Occam's razor kind of guy. Whatever seems to be the simplest, easiest is probably what it is. So yeah, I don't know. Simply, I think that these are the same person. I don't think that there's any fucking difference between them. You can't tell me that the eyebrows don't match because it's a fucking low quality picture on one end and on the other end we got high quality. I mean, at that distance, I just don't think that you would be able to define the eyebrow outside of that thing, because I could totally see it up there. It's just muddling into the skin on her fucking face because the camera, the smartphone that was taking the video, didn't seem to have enough resolution to really capture it in a good way. And I mean, honestly, if you guys have seen some like high res motherfucking shit,
Oh, that guy is not real.
I don't know.
Remember that? She's got a website now.
this is what I've been hearing from
I
so
ran a
many
trace
different.
route to
Save over, babe.
tiffanygomez.com, and there's a lot of weird shit going on with this IP addressing. It runs through Washington DC 12 level 3.net,
That's normal.
and it ends up on a 192.185.189. Like 192 address is a default subnet address that you have on your home routers. So like when you get an address, at your house, the external IP address would be like this, 50.6.131.2. Your router inside your network will put out a 192.168.1.1 address because it's a default subnet. So there's something weird going on here with this bitch. She's a plant.
Oh, really? Dumb fuck? Because you don't understand fucking DNS trace routes, so you're gonna fucking... So, if you look at the very beginning of this thing, you can see it says Open WRT LAN, which is his internet network, and you see that he's got the 192.0.1 address for his normal network, and then you can see it basically calling itself again, doing the loop back, calling itself again, calling itself again, calling itself again. So that's just him doing one trace out, one hop to get out of his network. So number one, my question is why the fuck do you have so many internal network bullshit on your network? What are you, like, filtering through 5 or 6 switches or some shit like that? That can't be good for your internet connection, bitch. Number two, you can see right here the 10.160, 10.07, 146 line. That's going to be the first escape that he actually does onto the ClearNet when he's actually looking for anything. And then he's going to make a couple other hops until he gets to a TDL, until he gets to the TDLs. So basically, we're looking at DNS updates and how many computers are connecting to and which computers are connecting to. None of this doesn't make any sense because, number one, level 3 is a DNS provider. So either she's running this website on her own local network, and that's why the trace route is reflecting the 192 address from unifiedlayer.com, because it almost seems like they purchased a server that's in a private farm that's running on a almost like, I don't know, home style network. Usually when somebody co-locates something into a building, you will see a 192 address, but the co-location is like somebody's taking a physical machine, sending it to a data center, and then they're hooking it up. So like it's going to DNS to the unifiedlayer.com, but then it's going to go somewhere else. So like, number one, this isn't crazy shit for DNS or anything of that nature. I just think that like there's so many people looking at stuff that don't understand the most basics of things that they're just going to say, oh, well, I think that Tiffany Gomez is a fake because I fucking did a tracer and it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah. And if you go to this, you see where it says, for abuse issues on unifiedlayer.com, please email your complaint with any relevant logs to Unified Layer abuse. Interesting, isn't it? So let's see if we can just pull that up and figure out who owns that. Unified Layers. Domain hosting and dedicated server free setup. Oh, I see. Scalable United Layer. Oh, right. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They do tier 3 co-locations and all that shit. They manage on-demand private clouds. So wait a minute. It would probably make a whole lot of sense. And then even more sense, so if we actually kind of go through and check out this through the who is and everything else, we can see that it does considered that it is considered to be a suspicious domain. But it's a suspicious domain because anybody can host stuff on it, and every now and then people host malware. Yeah. Is it strange? No. Nope. Most of their IP addresses and shit like that seem to be whitelisted and stuff like that. And then there's a whole hell of a lot of different websites that seem to be hosted on it. I don't know. Seems like she's just, as Tedecoin says, seems like she's just a marketing inset that had a mental breakdown and has a perfect launch for literally anything that she wants to do. Bingo. That's exactly what's happening. So where do we go with it? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Aftermath of the plane meltdown. Here we go.
Warning right here.
What? What?
This girl got some ass.
Am I leaving? What are you talking about?
Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you could be under arrest for criminal trespass. Let's go.
If you don't leave right now, you could be arrested for criminal trespass.
Let that flight leave. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
You ready? Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, in this video, she looks even more like the other girl. Doesn't
Do
she?
not let that flight leave.
Closer distance.
That flight's not going to make it to Orlando.
Let's
It's
go.
not going to. I'm not making it to Orlando.
Yeah, the more that you watch the videos of her, the clearer it becomes that, yeah, she's probably the same chick. Even in that video, you could actually see her eyebrows are exactly the same because the camera is closer, meaning that it can pick up a lot more detail. And I mean, you could clearly see that shit right there. Clearly.
Don't leave right now. You could be under. Don't leave.
And you can see it again there. Same thing. Well, I don't know, man. Is it a marketing stunt? Is it anything? Here's a video that started the whole thing. And just to remind you, like, look at how bad the quality is here. She wasn't on drugs or anything. She just got freaked out. And then again, here's another picture. It's really hard to see it, but look at her eyebrow right there. Her eyebrow is the same full eyebrow that you see in the girl that's basically making things. So I don't know why people are fucking saying that she's not the same chick. I think honestly it's just because dumbasses want to fucking get paid on Twitter is what I think.
Nope. Stop the fucking plane! Stop the fucking plane! Stop the plane!
Stop the plane! No, her eyebrows are the same.
Stop it.
That's why I'm pointing it out in all the different videos that were there. I mean, look at how many of these.
After her convenient apology video.
Look at
so
these.
I put this IP address into a geolocation service, right? Because this is what the other video is about. Her website's run through a Washington, D.C. level 3 net IP, and here it is. So we geolocated it. Here's the geolocation information for that IP address. You can check it yourself. Here's the latitude and longitude. So we're going to put this into Google Earth and see where it comes up. Coordinates for the geolocation of that IP address come right here on the corner in front of the Corcoran School of the Arts and Design at GW. But watch this. When I zoom out just a little bit, it's 2 fucking blocks away from the White House. How about that? I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? Alright, this is going to be...
No, I don't think it's a coincidence that all DNS traffic on the Eastern Seaboard gets run through the level 3 DNS subsystems because, you know, that's the inter-exchange that's utilized for that thing that the Patriot Act created that black holes everybody's information. I mean, seriously, bro? Like, you serious? Are you guys serious? Are they fucking serious? Yeah, they're fucking serious. Wow, they even had body cam out there.
I don't care if I'm ever fly with y'all ever again. I want to know what happens to this flight right here.
I don't know what happens to this place.
Great.
Man, we just need to escort you out, man.
Fly with you ever again.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am,
Escorting me out, and I'll never fly with them again.
ma'am, since you no longer have a valid ticket or business on this side of the airport, we gotta escort you out to the public side, okay?
There's that big eyebrow again that
Ready?
matches the other one.
If you don't leave, you'll be
Damn!
under arrest for criminal trespass.
Damn! Look at that eyebrow going
This
to
is
the
your
edge
warning
of her
right
shit.
here.
Motherfucking eyebrows. Seriously? You motherfuckers are talking about eyebrows? Bitches draw those shit on in different days. They can have different eyebrows. Come on. That's your big play, dude. Guys. Seriously. All I gotta say is that, you know what? Great marketing executive shit. Those great market executive shit. Whatever. Now, we talked about this guy a couple of days ago, but I'm sure you are aware that there's a streamer on kick.com that makes $100 million on a contract, and his name's XQC. And, well, he's a dumb fuck. Like, as I've been telling you very clearly, he was in a common law marriage with his girlfriend named Fran in Texas, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, well, apparently they broke up because he cheated on her. And, well, take a look at this.
A lot of your juicers think that I'm lying about what happened, about you cheating on me. Can you please confirm or deny?
I will confirm.
Thank you.
I think a lengthy segment needs to be done about this down the line for like a bunch of reasons, right? And as lengthy as it can be and as complicated as it can get, and as
a lot of your juicers.
So, why would that matter, right? Well, technically, if you're common law married in Texas, it's the same thing as being married in Texas. You know, you can get half of the stuff, so on and so forth. And I was just, doing a light bit of research on the Texas laws for divorce and the reasons that you can get divorced and whatnot. And something struck out as me is that Texas is definitely one of those states that you can get an at-fault divorce for adultery. And technically, what we just got right there from Mr. XQC in no uncertain terms was a admittal to adultery in his marriage/relationship with this lady, confirming that the marriage is ending because of said adultery. Now, if an individual in Texas that is married through common law or regular law commits adultery, the person that they're married to can file an at-fault divorce. And in those at-fault divorce proceedings, you just have to basically prove that they cheated, right? And one of the easiest way to do it is an admission from the individual that cheated, which she just got. So basically, he made her life a whole lot easier. And as it seems right now, this Fran chick is going to now be able to get half of his cheese without even fucking trying. Is where we're trying to get at, which is something that I told you a while back is probably going to be the ultimate outcome here. Except for, I think that XQC just made a huge mistake by even talking to her. Because, like, they're in litigation. She can use any of these talks, anything that he says within the litigation. And she just literally got him to admit the reason they're getting divorced. And I think that in the Texas court of law, it's going to be fucking crazy. Yeah. Yeah. And they were living together for long enough in Texas law for them to be common law married. So think about that. XQC committed adultery, so he's probably going to lose half of everything. And I don't really see how now he's even going to be able to fight this, because she just literally got exactly what she wanted and needed out of him, and he just willingly gave it. So, you know what? She's going to be worth 50 million in the here near future, and all she had to do was get this dipshit to move to Texas, and yeah, now she's basically owning him. Common law marriage in Texas. So yeah, he's like totally pawned right now. Totally pwned. And if you look here, Texas does not require a couple to be together for a specific period of time before they can have a common law marriage. Ooh, in Texas, they define common law marriages as where neither of the partners was married, both are ages 18 or older and agree to be married. They live together in Texas and represent themselves to others as being married. So yeah, that's exactly what's going on with this situation. That's where he's going to go out here. And Texas divorce laws adult. And just to put it out there is that adultery is not considered illegal in Texas. However, Texas courts consider marital misconduct during a divorce proceeding. Infidelity could factor in how the community estate is divided. The spurned spouse will likely raise fault grounds for divorce, including adultery, to win a more significant portion of the community estate. So there you go. In no uncertain terms, XQC basically owned himself right there in the best way he possibly could. I mean, there's really just no way that anybody could have fucked themselves harder than he just screwed himself right there. But you know what? That's exactly where we're at. And what do you think about it? All I think is that it's exactly what I thought was going to be happening, okay? It's exactly what I thought was going to be going down. Not a whole lot. Oh, well. Oh, well. I guess we're going to finish out the day. We got a couple of other particular bits of information to share with you. Sam Bankman-Fried, the darling of FTX that's now back in jail, has now been exposed because he's now being charged with using over $100 million in customer funds to make donations to political organizations, namely Democratic political organizations. But yes, he leverages his influence and in turn to lobby Congress and regulatory agencies to support legislation and regulations he believed it would make FTX easier to continue to accept customer deposits and grow. Yep. So he took those customer funds and invested in them into Democratic politicians so that they could get things done. Oh, damn. But yes, they charged him with 7 counts of fraud and money laundering, alleging that he stole $100 million in customer funds to make contributions to political campaigns. And this is after he was originally indicted for conspiracy to make unlawful campaign contributions in 2022. However, prosecutors dropped that charge to ensure the Bahamas allowed his extradition back to the United States. And then the superseding indictment stays true to that agreement, because it doesn't include that charge. But now they have new charges that they're going to be dropping on him. And guess what? The Bahamas aren't going to be able to do anything about it. No, sirree, Bob. They're not going to be able to do anything about it. And now we can see, oh, wow. Before FTX's collapse, Sam Bankman-Fried donated $39.8 million to Democratic political campaigns, making him the second largest donor behind George Soros. Yep. And most of the guys have already said that they're not going to return the political contributions that were stolen from customer funds. How nice of them, aren't that? Even Joe Biden got money from Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX, and he's been very clear that he is not going to be returning any of them. Don't you just love it? Just love it. And now, this. Oh, well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. I only have one question before we begin. Have you seen the dinosaur circus. Have you seen it? Do you know what it is? Do you know where it is? No? Well, maybe you have, and you just don't know it. You see, a dinosaur is an old fart who's been in Washington's dinosaur circus for decades, enriching themselves at the expense of the American people. And I'd like to...
Wow. Is that Jacob Agnelli, the QAnon shaman? Is he dressed up like the Joker, doing his best Heath Ledger impression, trying to educate people? What the fuck? Yep. That's real.
Media made America. You want
It's not
law
the same.
and order in America?
He's made more of them.
The CIA must take off its Mockingbird media mask and turn itself in. Oh, and every day it doesn't, we're going to expose their lies. I'm a man of my word. First.
Yeah, he's really trying to be, I guess, like the Joker in some kind of ways, and I just don't think that that's the best idea for him. He's really trying to make himself seem like he's much greater and crazier than he actually is, but I think that it's only going to show that he's going more for being an actor, which is something that we already kind of knew that he was in the beginning. So, yeah, I really like it. I think that's going to end up getting him in a lot more trouble. But what am I supposed to do? I don't know. What's this? Wednesday, August 16, 2023, meeting site. Phone testimonies. Matters within the community subject matter jurisdiction. Emergency housing and shelter in Maui. Ah, yes. Maui.
Bruh, this is Friday about 10 a.m. and they're just looking.
Ah, yes.
If you live anywhere but Hawaii, this is for you. The news is lying to you. They're not telling the truth about what's happening in Lahaina. The government is stopping supply drops because they're not approved by the Red Cross or something. Bullshit. There are people looting because there's no supplies, and all that supplies that you might be donating or donating your money, the government is taking it and not giving it to the people who actually need it. The trucks from the other side trying to get to the west side are being held at gunpoint so people can loot it. Fortunately, this only happens at night, but still, like, what the fuck? Locals have to get in their boats and go around the island to do supply drops by themselves without the help of the government. That beach was where I used to live. Uncle C and these locals whose family's been there for hundreds of years have to do it themselves? This is my best friend who posted this. She lost everything. She lost everything she owned. She lost her house. I know at least like 20 people who lost their homes. And they didn't get a fucking warning. Apparently the cops rolled around once in the neighborhood. That's it. No evacuations, no signs, no sirens. That one time when there was a nuclear missile and they made like everyone get alerts. What happened to that? Where's that when you actually need it? The fuck? People do not get warnings that their house and everything they know is about to burn down. There's no evacuation notice. There's no time. People were stuck in their houses burning to death. The amount of fatalities is expected to be more than 500, but less than 1,000. Many of the fatalities will be children who were at home because of canceled school. Parents worked, and the children were fucking home alone, and they couldn't leave their own house. There was the fire, and the fire department claimed that it was 100% contained, knowing that there would be 70-mile-per-hour winds by the afternoon due to Hurricane Dora. They left it there, and this shit happened. Like, what? Hotels are not giving local Hawaiians rooms because they're fucking full because of tourists.
Bruh, this is Friday about 10 a.m. and they're just, look at all these tourists.
Tourists are having fun and snorkeling while thousands of people are displaced. Hundreds of people are homeless. People are fucking struggling. There are people dead, injured, and they're having fun. Tourists are trying to visit the land while people need supplies and they're blocking the roads. Fucking ridiculous. If you have a vacation to Hawaii soon, please just...
Bro. Cool. So it sounds like things are going really well in Hawaii. Maybe not. I keep hearing more stuff about Hawaii, you know, the conspiracy side of things.
I've been in the industry of people losing their homes due to fire, flood, monster, emergency services. But I need you guys to hear me out.
In that industry?
You don't see what's going on. I feel something.
You don't look like you're in that industry. You look real clean. And I mean, how do you fight fires with the nose ring in? Last time that I checked, because I have a few friends that do hot shots and are wildland firefighters, everything about you doesn't seem to match up with the guys that actually do that kind of work.
Is bigger. I've been on Maui the last 9 years, and I know the geographical location and how everything works. There was no fucking way that a hurricane missed Big Island, went to Maui, and didn't flood them, didn't give them, you know, crazy, you know, other things, but it caused fires.
From Florida.
It caused fires, and not only on Maui, but it caused fires in the most precious parts of real estate in Maui. Lahaina Front Street is worth billions. The Hawaiians that have been holding out and the Kanaka have been holding out for years, not wanting to sell their property in Lahaina due to these big $1 million companies. It is not a coincidence, I don't believe, how in the most precious parts of Maui, Kula, Lahaina, and Kihei, that the locals that are standing strong and do not want to give up Oprah Winfrey's fucking view up in Kula that the Hawaiians are holding out on, that the fire was going to, the Hawaiians and the Kanaka that was holding right there on Front Street.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be talking about the real estate angle of Hawaii. Yeah. As the death tolls reach 99, and apparently the governor is warning that there could be scores of more people dead. And we still haven't heard anything from the administration. Joe Biden said that he had no comment on what is going on in Hawaii. They haven't sent the National Guard. They haven't sent anybody over there seemingly to help them out. So basically everybody on the island is on their own. And the island itself is still trying to run itself like a tourist destination when all of this devastation and destruction has happened. And it seems like more and more I'm seeing little pieces of information coming from people that are talking about how, well, weird shit was happening. Like, what were these flashes of light during the fire? Could they have been transformers blowing up? I don't know. I don't know.
Frustrated. Okay, I gotta tell you guys, I am so
Lahaina
frustrated
fire updates
with investors and realtors calling the families who lost their home, offering to buy their land. How dare you do that to our community right now? If you are a victim, Kalamai, sorry, had a little bit poor reception right there. If you are a victim and they are calling you, please get their name. People keep calling me, sorry. Get their business name so we can put them on blast. This is some pilau heva shit happening right now. I am so frustrated hearing since yesterday that multiple families that I know personally were reached out and offered money from investors and realtors. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on you.
If you are a Maui realtor contributing to that, karma's gonna come and get you.
Yeah, karma.
Okay? That is pilau. And if
Pilau
you are a
is shit.
realtor and they are calling you, investors are calling
You
you
didn't know.
to represent them, I hope you have dignity and aloha and compassion to turn them away and tell them off. And I need you guys to do me a favor and get their name and their business name, and we're going to put them on blast. That is some pilau. Please spread the word. If you're a victim and they are reaching out to you, DM me their name, business. Try to get as much information out of these guys and send it to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. It's just really crazy. And you're right. A lot of locals have dead. Virginia also makes a good point. It feels different. There's no one setting up big, gigantic things of money to help these people out. No Hollywood people are giving help or asking for help. Nothing. It's just like they're just leaving them be, right? Leaving them be. And that's one of the big ones. Children sent home from school the day the Maui fires for high winds. The whole neighborhood of children were lost in Lahina Lua housing area. All the kids were home. Question is, did they truly perish and their bodies were recovered, or did they go missing? I don't know.
Children.
Hundreds.
Yes, horrific. The Lahaina Luna housing area. All the kids were home. One of our coworkers messaged us yesterday saying,
"Damn, son, why were all the kids home?"
Reports. I'm calm. So there are a bunch of reports. I am talking to people on the phone, messages, videos out there that are stating that FEMA and the Red Cross are refusing you guys' donations.
They're refusing them.
They are sending donations back. They are refusing to let donations in. People care. I'm so sorry. They want Hawaii to think that they're alone. People care. Other islands are sending stuff. We're shipping stuff from across over here in the mainland. People are sending stuff over, and they're saying if it's not donated straight through them, at least that's what the reports are saying, that if it's not donated directly to FEMA or Red Cross, that they're not going to let it in or be donated, or they're not going to donate it or whatever. This is crazy. Go get your donations. Maui, family, friends, go get your donations. People are telling where, people are going live and sharing videos saying where the donations are being stacked or stashed. They're hiding the donations. There are pallets and storage things. There are donations upon donations upon donation that are sitting there, and you guys aren't getting it.
Oh yeah, they're not getting them. Do we know that they're not getting their donations? But I don't know, dude. The whole entire situation of Maui just seems to be getting worse and worse. And it's all on top of, we haven't sent Maui any money. I think we sent them maybe 12 million. And we just sent another 200 million over to Ukraine. So, we have disasters once again happening in the United States. Like this fire, regardless of whatever happened, people need help. And I mean, we're still worried about a completely different country. And it just doesn't seem like that's the American way anymore. Not. But you know what? We can afford another $200 billion in weapons to Ukraine, but apparently we can't even afford to get people going anywhere. Who knows? I think one of the last things that I guess we'll have to talk about today, already went, is that, wow. FBI agent says the Biden transition team's Secret Service were tipped off of the 2020 plans to interview Hunter Biden. Oh, really? Or DOJ misconduct? Who gives a shit? Not me. But then again, maybe that's the reason why Biden has been completely silent on the Maui wildfire catastrophe. He hasn't offered a single statement about the mounting death tolls, hasn't discussed any type of help or services that are going to be sent their way. Literally, we just got nothing. And all he's really said is that, yeah, we're looking at it. Doesn't really seem great, does it? You know what? Just to point out here is that apparently there's a level 3 go now evacuation order in progress for Oregon amid the wildfires that are happening there. or specifically the Lookout Fire in Willamette National Forest. They said, leave immediately. Danger is current or imminent, and you should evacuate now. If you choose to ignore this notice, emergency services will not be able to assist you further. Do not delay leaving, gather items, or protect your home. This will be the last notice you receive. Entry to evacuated areas may be denied until it's safe. Oregon State Fire Marshal said that high temperatures and gusty winds on Saturday rapidly spread the Lookout Fire. So yeah, we have more fires happening. I mean, there's fires in Texas, Arizona, Oregon, California. I mean, pretty much half the United States allegedly is some form of fire. So, maybe it's just something that we should probably think about at least a little bit more. I mean, what's the last time? You remember good old Mario Narfall? Well, he finally got himself a article in the NBC News. Oh yes, NBC News seems to be all on him, and it only seems to be because they want to throw some fucking shit over at Elon, but we kind of already know that all of this stuff is true and it's a real bad situation, and it just making me laugh because I keep seeing people like this mysterious cat person who are like, "Oh, I used to be with Mario, but then bad shit happened to me," and I'm like, yeah, I didn't say anything." And I'm just like, "Oh, so like when guys like me were telling you that you shouldn't be hanging around them and you were laughing in my face, you said you thought that it would have been okay and you think you were going to be good, but then now all of a sudden everybody's talking about them, y'all are going to flip the script because some bad things happened to you?" Well, should have fucking listened to the people that are greater than you, huh? Yeah, maybe you should have, but you know what? They never do. They never do. They never. So, with that, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I know, kind of a weird news day. There are a few try to get through, talk about, but I mean, just seems sad, lonely, afraid, pity. So Maui, lots of conspiracies there. We got lots of conspiracies about the Trump situation, but at the end of the day, hey man, the world's on fire. Things will probably get better tomorrow, and if they don't, well, sure we'll figure something out now, won't we? Yeah, we'll figure something out. And with that, that's it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this one with your friends, and I hope you see you guys again on the very next one. Either way, much love to you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Adios. Good one. Bye-bye now. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.